What's going on YouTube? It's Nico here, and this is a second video for tonight. My video journal entry number 2 will already be up by the time I post this video. But I just had a deep thought, and I don't have really any interest in finding a relationship right now, or a girlfriend honestly, and I'll tell you why. So a little background, I have had a couple instances with girls. I've never made love, I've never gotten to that point, but I have, I had makeout sessions, dates, ride-alongs in my truck, or just meeting up and makeout sessions. The farthest I've ever gone was a makeout session, and if you want to count something else, cuddling, I suppose. But as of right now, I'm 17, and I really don't have any, drive to seek out girls. And I think the reason for this is just because of how much I need to focus on myself and how far I am from where I want to be. But I also think it's because of just kind of realizing the truth. And there's a lot of videos out there that'll say stuff like, it's over before it even began, and if you don't look a certain way, then women won't seek you out. And while I do agree with that to a certain extent, I feel like if someone really takes their life into account, if they truly do career max or looks max to a certain degree, I feel like when they do seek out women, you will eventually get a yes. And in my case, losing weight, because I know, I'm not blind to see that I don't have the worst face, I don't have the worst facial structure. I know that I can probably be pretty attractive if I truly locked in on myself, if I, lost my weight. That's literally the only thing I think that's holding me back, really. I have the height, I'm 6'3" or 6'4", 6'3". I'll say, it says 6'4" on my driver's license, but I'll say 6'3". I have curly hair, I'm Mexican-American, but it's just my weight is holding me back big time. And I've never been a skinny person before. I've never been thin. I've always been big. I've always been a big kid. And, almost a big man since I'm almost 18 now. But back to my point where I just, I don't have the drive to find a girlfriend because I don't need one right now. It's not something that I'm really missing out on. And the biggest part of me realizing this, other than the fact that I need to work on myself and where I'm not where I need to be, is also just because of the uselessness of it in my position. I am 17 and I'm about to graduate high school. I'm about to go to Chicago for a little bit and go to Mexico and Rome with my grandfather and visit my dad in Mexico. So I really don't need a girlfriend right now because it's just going to end in a couple months, and I don't need to, deal with all that. My last girlfriend, if you can even call it that, it was like maybe a month, was probably a month or two ago, and we just went on a date and we kissed. That was literally it, and literally it. So, I've had my experiences with women. I'm not some, true sub-5 black-pilled loser. I am a bit of a loser, but I'm not that much where I've never had a intimate relationship with a woman. And I'm not saying people that haven't had moments with women are losers at all. That's actually not the case at all, because I know there's a lot of men that look good, that are good people, that just haven't had that chance. But what I'm saying is the true losers are the people that give up. And not give up in a way where they just cope with their looks and they focus on themselves. I'm talking about give up and then start hating, women, like attacking them or whatever. I think the real losers are the people that just give up and not just give up, but outwardly attack those that made them the way that, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to say that I don't think I'm a loser, even though I kind of am. I'm not that much of a touch-depraved person. That's better than saying loser. But I do think that it's just useless right now, and there's no point for me to invest kind of in something that's just not going to matter or last, and there's no point for me Also because I'm just not in the place where I want to be. So for both of those reasons, I'm just not interested. And I've had my fair share of kisses and makeout sessions. I've never gone to the home base or whatever, but I don't really need to understand what, you know, the touch of a woman feels like, I suppose. But anyways, I just thought I'd go on this little rant because I just had a thought, and my friend was over and he made some good points that it's all primal, it's all instinct that drives us to women. And I'll get into that in a different video. He can probably say it way better than I can. He's more well spoken than I am. If Travis is watching this, shout out to Travis. Shout out to Elijah too. Those are the two main people that watch my videos. But you know, he made some good points. So if you guys want to see him hop on the camera and talk about his ideas, they're pretty good. So anyways, I thought I'd just make this video, and it was kind of a rant, not very, you know, scripted or nothing like that. I don't make scripts. I just talk off the top of my head, just whatever I think. And I'm trying to be better spoken, less, you know, filler words like you know, stuff like that. So if you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.